the greens are really compared a lot to the greens we saw last week at Riviera, to Augusta National, and to Royal Melbourne. The Royal Melbourne comparisons are coming up an awful lot right now.
I think I should design a course and say, I built it just like Royal Melbourne. It would make it famous overnight. I think Royal Melbourne gets the best press coverage of any course there is.
Yeah.
I spoke earlier today, Diane, about players coming back to the East Coast and getting on Bermuda greens. And what's the difference here? Well, we know on Bermuda greens that the grain is running to the west. So when I walk on the course here at Concessions, I got a 10-footer. Straight putt, I know it's probably going to just slightly drag to the left. Players will be so thrilled to be able to simplify their thinking coming off Poana, where you get all these little ripples and bumps and everything. So, but this course is very undulating. So will they actually get that look they're looking for?
Yeah, well, the change of grass is going to suit a lot of people. But as you say, these greens are lightning fast, super undulated. The up and down is going to be very tricky around here. And they've also got those tightly mown kind of funnel areas. So if you miss your spot on the green, that ball is gone.
Yeah, so, when you handicap an event like this, Diane, when I think of statistics that players have accumulated over the course of the season, the history of their play at that course in another area, and the third one would be their current form. Mm-hmm. Well, we don't have any history. We don't know anything about this. So what am I going to use this week? I'm going to take guys that drive the ball, squish it together with guys that hit irons the closest to the pins, and I'm going to squish that together with guys that putt the best. So I'm putting those three, I'm going to call it the big three.
Okay.
And I've got a re-ranked list of the big three and who is the best at those three skills.
Okay. The other thing is the fairways seem a lot wider on this course and there's not so much rough. However, a lot of water around Concession and a lot of those tricky fairway bunkers as well.
Well, Jack's known to give you some width off the tee. He always has, but he prefers the left to right ball flight into the greens with the greens running away from you. Think number 12 at Muirfield Village. Think number 18. All these greens that have the back right corner way over there that would suit the high fade in there. So we're going to do a lot of that this week.
Okay, right. So with all of that being said about the course, let's look at the big stats that we're really going to use to handicap and re-rank the field. Now, remember, it's a smaller field of 70 this week and a no-cut event. So we'll definitely be taking that into consideration when we look at the guys. So ball striking, we're making that an important stat this week. Talk us through what that ball striking stat actually is.
Yeah, so combination of driving accuracy and driving distance. When you think about playing concessions and you have undulating greens, how do you get near the pin on big undulating greens? Well, the easiest way would be to be in the fairway. Okay. So I'm going to take that stat, Diane, of guys that hit it straight off the tee most of the time. But more importantly, I've got to get the proximity to the hole. It's not enough to hit greens and reg. I want to know who actually hits it closest to the pin from the fairway. Okay. And that's what we use in proximity. The third stat, of course, is putting inside of 5 to 10 feet, scrambling. But the big three that I'm focused on, as I said, driving, proximity, and putting. Those three.